Hey, what's up? It's J Lucky Henry, and today we're going to talk about how do you know if the agent you have is just a little too pushy. Get ready. They ask me how I know it'll be okay. This is J Lucky Henry, Keller Williams agent in the greater Boston area. You won't believe how many people need to get real, R-E-A-L, real estate explained amazingly by Lucky in 90 seconds, give or take. Welcome back, this is J Lucky Henry. So we're talking today about how do you know if the agent you're working with or considering working with is just a little too pushy. Now, this series is all about agents that are difficult to work with or that you perhaps shouldn't work with. Now, none of these videos in this series have anything to do with any agents that I know, so you shouldn't feel that way. If you do, it's because your foot is a perfect size for the shoe that I'm addressing. All right, so diving into it, how do you know if an agent's a little too pushy? Well, there's two ways you can tell. Right? Number one is, does it seem like the agent is making the decision for you? So let's be clear, there's suggestions and there's encouragement and advice that you can get, but the final decision always comes down to you, the client, whether you're buying and or selling. So when you sit there and you ask the agent, well, what should I list my house for? You're the expert. Of course, the agent can tell you what the market indicates would be a fair price for your house. But the ultimate decision is yours, right? And the agent may disagree with your decision, and they can verbally let you know that. They can say, I think that's too high, right? If you want to do that, I would. This is how I would phrase it. Honestly, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I think that price is extremely high for the market we're in. If that's where you want to list it, we can talk about that, but let me show you why I think it's a little high, and let's see some other options. Here's a range I think that fits better, right? I might even get as specific as to be like, this is a number I think is better. The decision is yours. I'm not telling you you need to price it at here. Here's what the market suggests would make sense. So, but if it seems like they're like, no, this is the price we gotta go with, and let's do this, might be a little too pushy and a little unethical because we're not legally allowed to make the decision for you. Second way that you can kind of tell if your agent is just a little too pushy is if they kind of seem a little desperate. Right? So let's say they come to you and they pitch like, you're gonna be my number one priority, right? This is all I got going on, so I wanna work with you. Now, let's break that down a little bit, right? Priority versus all I got going on are two different things. I can have hundreds of deals working and still make this deal my priority. Or I can have nothing going on and by default, this becomes my priority. You don't want to become their priority by default. You want to become their priority because they've chosen to make you their priority. So when they have nothing else going on, here's what's wrong with that is, and I've been in that situation, I just started out and I had nothing else going on, and by default, the one client I had became my priority. But when you're, and what can happen and what can lead an agent to be pushy in that situation is they start to negotiate for themselves, because if this deal doesn't go through, they have nothing in the pipeline to get paid. So they're actually thinking about their paycheck rather than what's in the best interest of you. I'm not saying that for sure that's happening, but it's possible. So that's one thing to consider when you're talking to your agent, is figure out, make sure that you become a priority not by default, but because they've chosen that, and make sure they aren't making decisions for you. Those are my two tips on how to check if your agent's just a little too pushy or not. All right, we'll be back tomorrow for another video. It's been real, it's been 90, gotta go. This is J Lucky Henry, and I'm here to keep it real with you. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, call or text 978-712-0244 and make sure you subscribe to my channel for more.